Welcome to Sad Boyz, podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis's friend, Jordan.
A rare, it's like a shiny podcast.
Is it allowed?
When Jordan does the intro, it's like it's the rare event.
Is that okay?
And wait, hold on. Howdy. My name's Durbin.
Harder than it looks, ain't it, pal?
Yeah, I gotta give you credit. Credit where credit's due.
Look, when the sniper never misses, you think the rifle's easy,
Right, that's true. That's true.
Never, montage of me fucking it up. Jordan.
How you doing, bud?
Oh man, I should have texted you about it because I was thinking in the car over, doing pretty good, wee bit drowsy, had a couple goals I've been working on, been doing no takeout and stuff.
Okay, are these like Jarvis Johnson goals?
These are it's something of a Jarvis Johnson goal.
There we go.
I absolutely love what I get to do. I love my job. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's very
sounds like a compliment sandwich.
Grand old time. You're ugly.
Okay, yeah, okay. Finally, we got to brass tacks.
And then, but for all the thing, the reason I mentioned the takeout thing is it's the first goal I've set in a while that I'm kind of doing. It feels like progress, and that's encouraging. And we've talked about that in the past, where it's not really what you do, but achieving a tiny little thing to get out of a depression slump is always kind of effective.
Huge for momentum.
Even taking a tiny walk,
Yeah.
But when it's regular, you get to look at a pattern. And so I was in the car and I'm
it's the foothold that can build those.
Yeah. It was seeing a little bit of foundation was putting me in a good mood because coming up on some, tricky anniversaries and blah, blah, blah. And I was in the car and I'm I'm in a pretty good mood. Oh, today I get to talk about, and then I realized the thing I really want to talk about. I can't because we published the show. Oh. And I have to talk. And you have an appointment after this.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you. So I love what I get to do. The one downside
that makes
is
sense.
When we hang out, sometimes I can't talk about something because it has to be on the show. And sometimes I can't talk about something because it
That's
can't
really
be on the
funny.
show.
I do think it's good that there's a little bit of a separation of church and state. It's nice that there is a ban list, so to speak, of certain topics, which there is additional Magic the Gathering drama. And for those of you who don't know, we have had a regular free Patreon podcast called Our Magic Moment.
A bonus episode.
It's a bonus. It's free over on our
stuff.
Patreon, patreon.com/sadboyz. That will always be free, but there's also some paid content there, like our Patreon podcast, Sad Boyz Nightz.
But we do this so we can vent magic stuff in its own
Yeah. But
world.
also, it's free. It's away from the YouTube algorithm, which scares me. And I like that we also can provide value for the community that's there because it's also a little community hub. Not to be confused with YouTube's community hubs, which they just announced and they're going to be launching. So I'm curious to see how that fits into what we're doing. Yeah. Anyway.
There's drama in
the Magic the Gathering community. So we talked about in the Magic Moment, we talked about the bans that shook Commander.
Changed the world.
Yeah. So
this summer.
The update is actually due to horrible things. So basically, the worst possible people in the community who happen to like the game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? The worst guy might have a hobby you like.
Style, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The worst guy has a strong 7 out of 10 power commander.
Yeah. And so people were harassing members of the rules committee who were responsible for the ban list for Commander.
And this is Magic the Gathering is, it's an important thing that it's worth harassing people about.
Right.
It's a normal thing to do.
Right. Because it's a game, but if you die in the game, you die in real life. So people feel very personally connected.
Right, yeah.
So personal that they're
Coco Melon, this ruins the lore. Or
threatening the human safety of members on the rules committee.
Of course.
So the recent update, which is another earth-shattering event has occurred where Wizards of the Coast has taken over for the rules committee.
Oh, wow.
So now Wizards is going to govern Commander.
They annexed the...
which is going to be a whole thing. I don't want to open that can of worms, but maybe we'll talk about it on our next Magic Moment.
But because we're time boxed, we can't Magic Moment today.
We can't Magic Moment right now. So...
we've done this show for so long, and we have talked about it off the show, but there is like it's like Jarvis, it's my friend, but my co-host. Like, what is if I'm talking about like Sad Boyz, someone asked me about the show.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I do it with my friend Jarvis. But we work together.
I know what you mean.
We did used to work together at a different company, but we don't. Yeah. We're friends first.
For me, I think it's we're friends last. We're business first. I'm all about the Benjamins. I do that. I do that as well. Like, I'll say, oh, my co-host. Well, I mean, my friend
also,
because it's also like, because I almost feel like when I say my friend, it almost in a professional context diminishes your independence as a,
right.
You know what I mean? Like as a creator in your own right.
My
little buddy, my little man.
I'm okay.
But yeah, so that's something that's fun to navigate, but it's nice to have different topics that we can or can't talk about. How am I doing?
What's up?
I am doing fine.
No.
Okay. I'm doing bad. No, I actually, I am doing fine. Like somewhere in the middle, I am getting some momentum with one of my habits that I'm trying to build, which is going on walks during a lot of my meetings.
Respect.
I've been doing a lot of treadmill walking.
But it broke.
And then it's back.
Oh, and it's gone again.
And it's, ooh.
He's walking away. It learned.
No, wait, how to do that? He's like, after 10,000 miles, I walk now.
Who's the treadmill? He's walking
He's
on
walking
you.
on me? Yeah. Walk all over me, dude.
Sorry.
How do you like this incline? I'm like,
why do I like this?
But I've also kind of been having these like swings sometimes where that same day I was like feeling really bad. And I needed to go to, this is gonna come around into a funny story. I was feeling really down to the dumps, but at like 3 p.m.
Okay.
And at 5 p.m., I was supposed to leave to go record a podcast. The podcast, for those of you who are familiar with my podcast guest history, it was Guilty Pleasures podcast where we're going to be talking about High School Musical 3. I hadn't rewatched High School Musical 3 yet in a long time. I knew the movie pretty well, and I have a storied history with the movie and the music, so it was going to come naturally to me even if I couldn't watch the movie, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to put my best foot forward here while I'm feeling like a sad sack.
We haven't been to the dojo for a while, but you are black belt. You know?
I did rent the movie on YouTube, and out of curiosity, I was like, do you have playback options when you rent a movie on YouTube? Turns out, yes. And I did watch High School Musical 3 at 2x speed.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it was a religious experience. Yeah, it was partly because...
It's like going to gospel church for the first time. You're like, whoa, this is way better.
I have a problem with music where I feel the music too much, and it can like derail me. I like start wanting to sing along and dance along and like get into it. And I was like, I need to do business right now. So listening to it at 2x was my way of like, when the song started, I didn't feel the urge to like lock in on the music.
Oh,
because I just needed to pay attention to the plot because the music is not the issue. Like I've never forgotten those songs. I knew those songs before I even, talk about this on the podcast, but I pirated the soundtrack to High School Musical 3. It leaked before the movie came out, and I went to the premiere of the movie knowing all of the songs. Like that's the type of shit I'm on.
You're shaking.
That's the type of shit I've been on. Okay?
You're shaking in your chair, trying not to sing and reveal that you've seen it before.
Oh, dude, I didn't even let it go.
Oh, new songs.
But
I did. When you said fine, I do think it is like there is a cavity in language a little bit. I feel like where fine doesn't give, it's not like a spectrum. It doesn't give you the space to have had a bad 3 p.m. but a good 5 p.m.
Yeah, I like literally, I feel a little bit, I'm trying to stabilize that like wavering kind of point of the spectrum of like good to bad. And like fine is where I'm landing, but it's a little volatile because it's like at the beginning of the day I can be good and at the end of the day I can be bad.
We want net, I think 70% plus good and then I'm good.
Yeah.
It could have had a really bad 30. But if I spent most of the time feeling not just neutral, but like, hey, I'm having like a nice ass.
Right. And so, been doing, so that was fun. And then I texted Zach and, Zach being the absolute mensch that he is, he calls me and he's like, hey, I'm actually not feeling amazing myself. Maybe we should reschedule.
Damn,
and I was
healthy.
like, are you sure? Because I will rally and
I'll watch it on 3x speed if you need
I
me
will
to.
turn it up, dude. I will get my head in the game. We're all in this together. Okay, we can work this out.
Oh, that gives me an idea.
And I've got the music in me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we ended up postponing, and so sending my good vibes to Zach, who's always been a real one.
That's like that truly is like seeing someone do a front flip. Where they just go like, "Yeah, I'm actually expressing the kind of space I am in right now to you, and not withholding for because I think it's healthy to actually express how I'm doing, and I think we should adapt." And I see that, and I'm like, nice. No, I'm not. No way.
It's tough because in doing that, I was like saying it as, you know, it's like we've been friends for a few years now. And I was saying it as, I was like, full disclosure, I'm going through it right now. But I think I literally texted him, much like the Wildcats, I will rebound.
By the time you're going at 2x.
Yeah.
You're speeding.
And no, I have had some experiences recently where, you know, a friend, we were like meeting up, and then they texted me that they may need to reschedule and they were feeling bad about it. And like the best gift I can give is like to relinquish them from any of the guilt.
Yes.
Because it's like, I am there a lot.
But then swap the scenario, and you're like, I am a bad guy.
Right. And I am the worst guy.
Why would anyone be supporting me in this?
Right.
What are you, weak?
Exactly. So other than that.
Do you ever feel that with you and me? Do you ever worry about that? Not that we end up canceling much, but like.
No. I think now there's like, it's been a time, so I don't think about it in the same way that I do with no, I know you'll understand, because we've had so much practice in that sort of interaction, if that makes sense.
I think it's like at a certain point, it's almost like there's only so much you can do, only so much trust and respect that you can pay someone in the way that you communicate it before it is it's a tango. It's like two to tango. It's like I can express myself and be sincere and say like, hey, I'm not doing well. And then at a certain point, I love you and I respect you and I care about your well-being, and I'm going to unconditionally be like, I don't think I know that this does not reflect on Jarvis's level of care.
Yeah.
In fact, it tells me that how you're feeling is at the level of severity.
We've kind of released ourselves from those binds, and so it's a bit of a tango unchained, so to speak.
How so?
Hey.
Ooh. He's hopping around. He's doing
You'll
flips.
never defeat me.
What? I don't want to fight you. Oh, good. Okay, let's do the podcast.
So,
reveal.
Oh yeah, I guess we should do the reveal. So Anastasia is
Dead.
out this week and physically out, still with us, in a better place, but
Elsewhere.
still with us, alive.
In a sense, in our hearts.
In a sense, in our hearts and in our
world?
minds and in the world.
Sure, in a casket.
But she's very far away.
But she's very far away.
6 feet down.
She's in Mexico. And so we're joined by the intern today.
T.I.
Hey.
T.I. is here. Would you want to stick with the intern, capital T, capital I, or do you want like tie?
Do I want Ty?
T. Rapidly shaking head.
I mean, the intern is fun. I feel like it's a little mysterious. I like the capital T, capital I.
And we play into that, and you're more than welcome to, if you ever want to reveal your identity. We want to let people know it's not a thing we're doing where we're diminishing your personhood by calling you.
Yeah,
the intern.
No. This is something I chose. This is something.
The path.
Me watching High School Musical 3 at 2x speed. This is something I chose.
This is for the
This
war.
is something I did to myself.
Yeah. Well, you and the team have prepared something for us today.
We have.
Which we will. I don't know if we want to get into it now or get into it a little bit.
I don't think we'll do it.
One tiny thing I wanted to get to. This was something I had in our agenda for last week, but we just had so much that we didn't get to it.
That Chet Hanks.
No. It's Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. The caption here is this is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Charmed Life.
Yeah, Charmed Life.
Have they not watched Joker? Pretty sad.
And I want to take issue with this.
Well, this is for, audio focus only. What was the name again?
Chris Kirkpatrick.
This is Christopher Patrick, I guess former member of NSYNC, technically, if it's not.
Yeah, well, no, active member, because they actually have been performing recently.
But they doing his job, performing, doing
I think they're doing a tour with like O-Town and some other members of boy bands, and they perform each other's songs.
That's fun.
I think it's fun. And as someone who like grew up on NSYNC, like, relax, everybody. I think there's nothing sad about. What's
the implication? Sad. What is?
Yeah, what is sad?
It looks good. Like,
there's a crowd of people being entertained by this.
Whoa,
wait, okay. Now they're defending themselves.
Dude, first thing anyone does, semantics. Like, as soon as they get called out, they're like, yeah, but the grammar.
Yeah.
Someone replies, we all age. So I guess that's the...
people are like, the economy is rough. I guarantee these people are wealthy.
I think they're okay.
Yeah. It's cool to have like I, for example, entered a lottery to go to this concert in LA before the world tour was ruined and Justin Timberlake had his DUI.
This is going to ruin the tour.
See, love this collaboration of cringe featuring Dead Inside. Twitter is broken and people are just, what's the word? They are tortured and sad.
Busted.
Yeah, like, but then you realize how sad it is to just be in the replies responding to everybody, because this is how you choose to spend your time.
Not sad,
and
by the way.
I can look at that and say, this is the most pathetic thing
Posting
I've ever
is
seen,
the saddest thing.
Yeah, ever. And I'm like, it is truly. I feel like my life improved when I stopped posting as much on the internet.
It is a one-to-one between the number of posts I'm making and my well-being.
Yeah, I think this is cool. And also, I was recently, Cutie Cinderella invited me to her Icons karaoke concert.
Saddest thing I've ever seen,
where a bunch of streamers and myself all dressed up as, icons, your Elvises, your Joan Jetts, your Creeds of the world.
Donald J.
And
a true icon.
I dressed up as like an old school Justin Timberlake, wearing a bandana.
I didn't know when you posted it on your story initially, I didn't know that was happening, and so I thought, is he just getting ready for Halloween? Like, is this a test run?
Hey, maybe I bring it back. I performed Bye Bye Bye, and I did learn some of the Bye 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 choreography right before I headed over.
2x speed.
2x speed, of course. Yeah, I know, they're the same picture. And I had a great time. Seemed like people enjoyed. I was really torn about whether or not I should do the dance or if I should just focus on singing, because let me tell you, hard to sing and dance.
Yeah, it turns out. Saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, saddest thing is when I can't hit the notes because I'm panting.
I don't know. I mean, no, the implication is like, well, because he's old, it's like sad. His cardio's phenomenal. He's still dancing and singing.
Jordan, when you discover a game and then you force all of your friends to play it with you and you won't shut up about it and you talk about it all the time, even on your podcast?
Under threat, under duress, you make them do it, yeah.
Well, that's exactly what it's like when you discover that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan.
No threat needed. I'm in.
People are saying that $15 a month for wireless is a great deal. Who's saying it? Jordan and Jacob. They are Mint Mobile customers. Jacob's been a Mint Mobile customer for 3 years?
3 years.
Wow.
Also, by the way, you could do it with, it's like a digital SIM. That is such a relief. Friends don't let friends overpay for wireless.
Say bye-bye to overpriced wireless plans and switch to Mint Mobile today.
Mint Mobile is here to rescue you and your friends with premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month.
All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered over the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your existing phone with any plan and bring your phone number and all of your existing contacts.
Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium service for just $15 a month.
To get this new customer offer and to get your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, head on over to mintmobile.com/sadboyz. That's mintmobile.com/sadboyz.
Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/sadboyz.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. People are so upset with the concept of aging.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're not allowed to age and be in public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I saw someone tweet Kevin Durant, and it was a photo of Kevin Durant, and they were like, this guy really 36 with no kids and no wife. So
Whoa.
sad.
Damn, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
And I'm like, this man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Millionaire, beloved, retired basketballer that was in a great movie.
Yeah, he's beloved. He's still playing basketball at 36, which is like
He is?
rare.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's still great.
I thought he was just in Uncut Gems and never did anything else.
Oh no, sorry. Did I say Kevin Garnett? I meant Kevin Durant.
No, you did say Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay,
I thought
Kevin Garnett was in Uncut Gems.
Well, he sucks. Then.
But no, Kevin Garnett has a podcast now, and some could say that that's the saddest thing they've ever seen.
And they'd be right. And we're old.
Yeah, if you're
what's the
old
cutoff point?
with the podcast, then people just tweet like a screenshot of us and go, these guys should just fucking die.
Jesus, what a
like,
waste.
Let them go, dude. There's nothing left for them to live
Joe
for.
Rogan's 50 years old. This is the saddest thing I've
This is
ever
the
seen.
saddest thing I've ever seen.
He's economy, he must be broke.
But anyway, the videos of me singing and dancing are out there. I will not be sharing them. But
It's a secret.
but shout out to Cutie for inviting me, putting on a great event. And shout out to Chris Kirkpatrick, notably the voice of Chip Skylark in Fairly Odd Parents.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
A voice?
Yeah, he was a voice. Not the voice.
The show?
Yeah, his chair was turned the other way around.
He has an extra chair. He's in the audience.
Yeah, he's crying, sobbing in a throne.
This is so sensitive.
It's not on an axis. I can't turn it.
No.
He's facing away from the stage. And he's like,
guy?
let me around.
Someone, new guest on or new judge on The Voice is like, where are they? Where's that coming from? I mean, we joke about it offhand occasionally, and I know it's not something that like we dwell on particularly, but like, where's your head at like aging? Well, I know there's some optics are like, wow, 30 and over is fucking, you're cooked. But then you get there and you realize it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I still hate the concept, give it a bad review. I'm still like learning to love it. But I think it's just because I'm in an industry that really, just hates the concept of people aging.
Yeah, he's scared by it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
he's 30?
And then dude.
What?
I remember just like Twitch chat being in disbelief and shit like that. It's like, chill.
Dude, what do you believe? So we're not tall and we're not 30. What are we allowed to be?
Yeah.
What's true? We're white also.
Yeah, I have confirmed. But yeah, so that's that. And the last thing I want to discuss, we're gonna save for Patreon because it's a little personal. But I went to, speaking of putting yourself out there, were we speaking of that? I don't know.
Speaking of something you went to.
Speaking of me, another thing related to me. I went to I got a text. I got an ominous text from a friend who I'll name in the Sad Boyz Nightz because people might know them from some stuff. But I got a text that quite literally was like, hey, weird question, are you single? And I was like...
You were like, stay away from me.
And then I said yes, and they said, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
They sent you a video.
They, and this friend, they were not hitting on me. They were asking if I wanted to come to a singles party.
Very nice.
And so it was a party where me and a bunch of other hot singles in my area all went to a place with like drinks and party activities
and singles
and got to meet and talk and kind of create a third place where we could hang out and share thoughts and maybe exchange information. Who knows? We'll talk about it on patreon.com/sadboyz.
Have you guys seen the stuff happening with Chapell Roan?
I know all I've seen. What have you seen?
I don't know if anything has changed in the last few days. I saw Fantano talk about it, and then maybe one or two other people. But like, it's one of those situations where controversy is, unless I've missed something, feels almost too generous to the worst kind of people.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I got a DUI and I hit someone with my car. A little bit of a drama.
Yeah.
A little bit of a miscommunication.
That's on the other end of they had a spat.
So the sidewalk, that's like the guy that's where the people are? Sorry, I didn't know. Miscommunication, I guess.
Yeah, no, but this is on the other end of the spectrum where it feels like people are trying to cancel Chapell Roan like as if she like did something horrible, and in reality she's just kind of like critiquing the Hollywood machine a little bit.
My ears, I can't even hear that. That's not
or at least
fair.
that's my understanding.
Yeah,
Dude, the super famous people care so much about me. I need to get angry at the ones I don't like and defend the ones I do.
Yeah. So there's been several things happening over the last couple months. Obviously, like this whole year she's been like really blowing up,
right?
And she's gotten super famous very quickly. And so there's been like several incidents of her sort of basically like making statements that like rub some people the wrong way, I guess.
Right, because she was a prolific TikTok poster.
Yeah. You know, obviously when someone gets super famous, people just get weird.
People get super weird.
And so she had some experiences with like stalking and harassment.
But surely, like, you know, expressing that wouldn't engender someone to harass you more or be cruel to you online, because it is just a thing that happens. Then you're allowed to talk about your life.
Yeah. She talked a little bit about it on this podcast.
Freaks.
Yeah,
they follow me.
Yeah, they follow
and like
you around.
follow like know where my parents live and like where's my sister works, like all this weird shit. And I'm just like, this is the time when I was like a few years ago that I said if stalker vibes, like family was in danger, is when I would quit. And like we're
Me
there.
too. Same.
We're
Yeah.
there.
Same.
And so I'm just kind of like in this battle of like I've like pumped the brakes on honestly anything to like make me more known.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a forest fire right now, just
Yeah.
like being itself.
An incredibly reasonable thing to say.
Extremely reasonable. And also like a thing that people don't think about is that like what does it mean to be an artist? What are like the valid paths of artistry? Because if someone, it's like this thing that happens in media a lot where if someone's like, oh yeah, I'm working on a script, then people are like, all right, get in line, buddy. But then like that script gets picked up and it becomes like a big movie. Now they're like, oh my God.
Wow,
actually you weren't wasting your time.
That was actually the right thing to do, because, and also it's a meritocracy and there was no luck or anything else involved.
Like people used to like look at me sideways when I mentioned like doing YouTube until I was successful at doing YouTube. Then people were like, how did you do it?
Wow, you make money from that?
And then, truly. And that is a common thing I still get. But the thing is,
podcasts like Joe Rogan. That's what you do, like Joe Rogan MMA stuff.
Exactly the same.
Yes,
exactly the same. You are in control of how famous you get at a certain degree. I think people always are like, they were asking for it or whatever. But what she's saying here is that she's making decisions not to kind of not try to become any bigger. Yeah, because she's already experiencing a lot of things that are threatening personal safety and the safety of her family.
I feel like this stuff, and I don't know specifically who's maybe like the main source of criticism, but I feel like the people that police this kind of statement and this kind of behavior are most often not, say, the people at stalker level, like the ones physically taking action. Instead, it's people that like their work.
Yeah.
And then they consider the artists they like their advocates. And as soon as you're letting me down, you're senator. Right. It's like telling someone, if I
it's
just
like you're my constituents.
Yeah. If any opinion or thing you say that bothers me, not that's bad, but just, I don't know, makes me feel not great because I'm a crazy person, then you have actually wronged me. But people have to reconcile that as some kind of like moral statement. It can't just be that I don't like something. You've done something. Let's just like create a fictional universe where Chapell Roan, there's like a new alternative universe where their goal exclusively from the beginning was maximum fame. Let's just pretend that's what's going on, right? That would not change anything about what they're now saying.
No.
If you like, I don't know, if you were like, I really want to get into Hollywood, and then you find out it's like scummy and there's a lot of people you don't like working with and you hate being on set, it's not like, well, you asked for it. Because I didn't know, I didn't expect it to be this.
You just don't know all of the, and also how it's going to affect you. Like, for example, I have a lot of very nice interactions with fans, but it's because I'm a much smaller, I'm exposed to a much smaller group, and that smaller group is more engaged and they know in general how I feel about these interactions and don't want to kind of give me a bad experience.
Usually I don't think are expecting, I think there's so much you can project onto music or a production where like there's the veil between the artist and the things that they're putting out. And you can say, actually, wow, that song was about me.
Well, it's like they're like, I love you, right? It's like this, you know, screaming fans trying to like touch you thing, you know, but
which is not, I should say, not a thing that we're wrestling with. We're talking about more in the abstract of like, that kind
I'm
of
just
artist,
talking about like, well, so like, you're Justin Bieber's of the world. Like Justin Bieber went through so much bullshit, and then also even with trying to remember if this was like a David Dobrik or a Jake Paul thing, but there were like kids going up to their houses and their parents would like take them to their house. Yeah. And then they would feel like they were entitled to meet them and not see what was wrong with that.
I feel like I very specifically saw it. Was like a Dobrik.
It was something like that. And it's like, even if I disagree with like things that those people have done, it doesn't mean that they're not entitled to their own privacy.
And if their mission was become as successful and famous as possible, you don't have. So what? So the stalkers are good? Is that your argument? That it's okay? I guess I just like it then. Why am I not allowed to express something that bothers me? Because I wanted something else.
And these things can be traumatic. I know Miranda Cosgrove has had like a few interviews where she's talked about her experience with stalkers and really like insane fan interactions, and is like laughy about it, but like it's clearly like laughing in the face of how fucked up it is, you know?
And I'll admit, like, especially when I was younger and maybe not as media literate or trying to be more self-aware about it, I would have the natural compulsion to be like, yeah, well, Justin Bieber is for girls. I'm glad he's having a hard time. Or like he deserves to be like made fun of or whatever. And that just came purely from a place of he does not represent me. It seems like everybody on either end of the spectrum of they represent me, they are me, and if they fail, I hate them. Right. Just as I would hate myself if I failed, all the way through, well, they don't represent me. I'm glad that they're being harassed by the people that hate them.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's very strange. And I just want to acknowledge like the privileges that we have, because it's like we, you know, can live comfortable lives and also have people who know who we are in public, but not experience it to this degree. And if it ever became, you know, to a crazier degree, maybe I would be saying some of the same things, you know, because it's like the point is that she is not in control of other people, and to victim blame and treat her as if it's her responsibility when you are suddenly reaching such a wide audience. This also happens to people who aren't even artists. You know, it's like when people like back in the early days of Twitter, when people would like take a photo on a plane and be like, these people are flirting.
Yeah.
And then it would become like a viral like thread by the time that the plane landed. And now people are aware that people have been watching them and are engaged in their lives, and all they did was exist.
And they're tagging them. They have 16 followers. Like, why?
Right.
Why do you want to do that?
Like that type of stuff.
Same with, well, actually right now, I do feel like there is a get out of jail free card that a lot of people seem to hold on to, where, you know, like we say, when you can find even the flimsiest moral justification,
right,
it lets you be the worst kind of person online. And I think a lot of the time right now, that is targeting people that have something to kind of broadly critique. Like, well, Chapell Roan's rich, so actually eat the rich. And because of that, I can do. And it's like, these key words aren't good enough for this. That's not like the get out of jail free card. And neither is like, well, they actually tweeted the N-word in 2009. And I'm like, so I set their house on fire.
And this is, I definitely have like a different opinion when it comes to publicly elected officials, especially when it happens, and when it comes to like when like very, very important issues of like if, for example, you're protesting a genocide.
And that is you protesting to someone that is literally your representative.
Right. And those people have like additional security and resources to deal with these things, or like if you're bothering those people at you know, dinner or whatever, and you're talking to them about maybe their support for a genocide. This happens a lot in the U.S. government because of, the U.S. government support of Israel.
And in those situations, they did choose to be there.
That is the tax of that.
Because that is, outsized power, and with great power comes responsibility. And obviously you should not harm those people.
Sure.
But it's like if you're telling Nancy Pelosi that you don't like her record on something while she's at dinner, I say whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like if you're just a person who makes music, you don't resign your humanhood in your personhood simply by being popular, because even if you put yourself out there for public consumption, if you put your content out there for public consumption, it doesn't mean that you're sacrificing your personhood. And I think that a lot of people get hung up on that because they can't relate to someone who is in this position, which feels like they have everything. So it's like, what does it matter?
It is, it's pure projection. And it is, people don't like hearing this a lot, it is often jealousy, not just, or I guess more accurately, envy. Like it's a more sinister kind of
all the girls
jealousy.
Like Justin Bieber, and I don't even care about the girls. Actually,
he's just a bad guy.
He sucks, and they're stupid. Actually, and I'm not jealous.
Turn that up. Play that again.
Hold on.
Kind of catchy, actually.
Hang on. Is it too late now to say sorry?
My bad.
Because of her rapid rise in fame and stuff, she's also been dealing with the usual just people approaching her on the street and asking for photos and yelling at her from across the street and just wanting her attention when she's in public places. And
I mean, even without saying we can probably, I think everyone would probably surmise that any kind of non-mask presenting amplifies all of this times 10.
Right. It's like, I'm not getting catcalled as a private citizen, but if you're a femme presenting person, that's just gonna happen because we ran the numbers, and unfortunately it happens all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. And being a public figure, especially an artist or an actor or anything like that, is gonna really amplify all of those just kind of random people trying to interact with you. And she's been kind of standing up against that, being I don't really want to talk to you in public when I'm just trying to go about my day.
Yeah.
And so she made a video basically saying that I don't care that other people are fine with that. I don't care that it's normalized.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is that people will always go oh, well, this celebrity likes it, but it's that doesn't matter. Or this celebrity is always so nice. It's look, Ronaldo got or Messi got passed the jersey into his car at a stoplight, and he signed it and passed the jersey back. It's that's cool.
Neat.
But it doesn't mean that, and he's cool for that, and he's a real one for that. But it doesn't mean that you now demand the degree of interaction that you want from every celebrity you meet, because you wouldn't demand that from every person you meet. While I probably will never experience the degree of what she's talking about in this, or at least what I understand her to be talking about in this, when I go to something like VidCon, it is a concentration of people who know who I am. Or if I do a meet and greet, then it's a concentration of people who came there specifically to see me. That can get overwhelming. And I think that it's it is 100% overwhelming to just have all these people vying for your attention and want something from you. And these are, situations that I am prepared for and then walking into
we won't necessarily
on purpose.
Say their name, but we had a friend who about a couple VidCons ago got gridlocked in a hotel lobby because of the love they were receiving. But I almost feel like it's an oversimplification, but if you're ever in the position where you're arguing that someone's consent isn't valid, probably you're wrong. A little bit.
I don't care that abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't care that it's normal. I don't give a fuck if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. That's fucking weird. I'm allowed to say no to creepy behavior.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's the thing is like, do the people that take issue with this kind of very obviously valid statement, is their argument that the behavior isn't creepy or that creepy behavior is valid? Because both are crazy things to say. It obviously is creepy, and you would feel creeped out if someone came up and told you they were going to have a hug. And you would also, and you would never say that's not creepy. You're out of your fucking mind. Or you're saying that being creepy is fine. In which case, it's not creepy then? Well, isn't that something's creepy if you don't want it? That's like the thing.
Have you ever told someone no for a photo?
Yes, at VidCon. Because it was an in motion.
Yes.
It was going into the curtain.
Those are the times I've had to do it too, where I'm just
there's other
like,
people
hey,
moving
we're like
and
doing stuff. Yeah, we have to like get to where we're, or like a panel ends, like if I'm at VidCon and like finishing up a panel, and then everybody like comes up to the stage and like wants to like meet you or like take a picture, and you just cannot possibly give everyone what they want, and you're supposed to be leaving the room. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and so it like
the live show was a little like the last live show where like I do want to go and chat with people, but we are going to. It's already like happened. All of our friends that we are going to dinner with are going to dinner. Yeah, and I don't want to make them wait purely because I don't know. You call it selfish or whatever you want. My priority is the people that I know. Then that I don't want them to have a late dinner because I was doing something unrelated.
And it's also like it just depends on the day. Like I had a really bad. When I was going to San Francisco for the wedding, I missed my first flight, and then I got a later flight. And so I was having a rough morning, and I was really in a bad headspace about until I got my rental, and then I like drove to my friend's place. And right when I got like to Valencia Street in San Francisco, someone like came up to me and was like, hey, like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Like, can we take a picture? And I was like, sure. But I kept thinking about that because I was like, if they had found me 45 minutes ago, I would have been like, I can't.
I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I can't.
Not because of you.
It's not because of you. I'm doing so bad.
Unless you're a pilot.
Yeah. It felt like a near miss of giving somebody a horrible experience where it's like, this person actually sucks. I hate them. But it was fun.
But I mean, we can both say, I'd say very, very sincerely, always feel free to come up to, because it really the best feeling in the world. Like it's very validating. When we say this is because the vast majority of any kind of interaction we'd have with a consumer of our work is at worst a little awkward.
Yeah.
And that's rarely.
Yeah. But I will say, actually, to give a little bit of more, here's my, Chapell Roan take. I had somebody send me a DM. I was at a card shop, and I was playing in like a draft, like a Magic draft. And then I like kept seeing someone like glancing at me. And so I just like thought nothing of it. Then I later got a DM where they were like, hi, Mr. Johnson. Sorry for staring, but I'm just a big fan. I hope you had a good time. And I'm like, okay, you're so close. Just don't stare. I would prefer if you just came up to me and said, hey, big fan, and then move on about it, because it's a lot more violating to like feel like someone's staring at you for an extended period of time than to just have someone say, oh, hey, love your stuff. All right, bye.
It's almost like a thin line between like going up to someone and ask, not that there's any romantic context to that, just the thing that jumps to mind is like someone comes up to you and asks you out at a bar or a coffee place or something, and maybe you're not equipped for it, but there's at least like some pretense.
Yeah,
some
which is
protocol.
happening to me all the time, of course.
It's usually the freaking princess coming up. Like, and I'm busy. You love the podcast, I'm sure. Yeah. But like,
please, no fans.
If I'm going up and I'm asking somebody out at a bar, which I do when Katie's in Michigan or something, there is, oh, she's sleepy. I'm sleepy. Good. I'm getting late. How about that? Oh, she's here.
She's listening.
The red dot appears. But if that's something you're doing right, takes a lot of acceleration. It is a weird thing to get over. Some people are more comfortable with it than others. Some people are really a little too comfortable doing it, but it takes a little momentum. And that setup is, as you come along, you're like, okay, I'm going to follow what I believe is the healthiest protocol, which I think in most cases is very sincerely like saying hi, and then when natural, kind of pretty quickly just kind of being like, by the way, I just thought,
Yeah.
actually, me and my wife sit across the bar.
Right.
And I've hired a woman.
I've been thinking of getting rid of her and swapping her out.
Yeah, my wife's just peering at me, and I'm going like,
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe you could assume the role.
taking my ring off and going,
Yeah, hey, you catch. It's like you're throwing a cheese ball in her mouth. Honestly, I feel weird using this word, but I do think it's kind of brave to set a boundary on like such a large stage, because it is so valid to set boundaries in your life. And I just know that with such a large stage, there's going to be people twisting and turning your intent and turning it into something nefarious when all it is setting a boundary.
And then I think this is most recently, she decided to cancel a couple of her tour dates. Basically,
you can't! This is gonna ruin the tour! My tour!
And of course, people were totally normal about that. There's a little video basically describing the situation.
Chapell Roan canceled her 2 shows this weekend because she says things have gotten overwhelming. She was supposed to perform at the All Things Go festival in New York and in Washington, D.C. today.
I definitely saw people tweeting about this and being like, no. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with tweeting your disappointment, but it serves as a lightning rod. Especially Twitter has just gotten so bad. I know it's always been bad, but it's just become such a horrible, horrible place.
The okay to good has been culled completely. Now it is just
it's just like literally all the replies were basically shades of, she's bad, and then somebody was probably like, she's probably because she got the jab. That
must be it, yeah. It's all that 5G, I guess.
Yeah, it's the 5G waves or whatever. Anyway, sign up for my new coin.
She betrayed us. It's like, well, yeah, at the cost of potentially millions of dollars, and the thing she loves usually to do at a huge stage. It's like, she screwed me over.
Personally, yeah.
I bought this ticket for more than it was like $20.
Yeah, well, these tickets for festivals are pretty expensive.
Don't go to festivals, it's crazy to me.
But
go home.
Her statement also says that she's going to prioritize her health and then wants to be present when she performs to give the best shows possible.
This is how I feel when I cancel a meeting. You know what I mean? It's like, but I don't have to broadcast that to the world.
I owe you better than... Actually, can I do a real sorry? I'm sorry for missing the meeting yesterday, guys.
Oh.
I didn't even process it because... shout out to our friend D-Tune, D-T-U-N-E. I went on his live stream with our friend Keenan.
His name's also Jordan. Does that fuck with you?
Okay. Well, according to his Twitch chat, he's lowercase, I'm uppercase.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Don't mind that. I'm Jordan Ultra Instinct.
Right.
He's Kaioken times 1.
Right. It's like in the Dragon Ball games where they're like, why do they have Teen Gohan and Child Gohan?
Like, it's different.
And adult Gohan? It's like, it's very different. Okay.
You don't understand. The signature boot. Come back. I did that. It went so late, and then the next day I couldn't sleep all night, and I just slept so long.
Here are a couple critiques of that decision of hers.
I literally love you, but girlfriend, that was not cool. And I know that you love being able to speak your mind, therefore I should be allowed to speak mine.
Pause.
Wasn't cool.
Okay. Does this person have a platform before I go in on them? Not really.
Not
okay.
really.
So what I'll say is,
Did you say that everything I say is a joke, unless I'm being serious? So
That's actually very funny. I'm psych unless not.
Like, it's already missing the point, right? Like, it's not that she loves to speak her mind. I mean, sure, maybe that's separate, but like, that's not, related to this issue.
My English, conditioning, and I don't think it's completely wrong, but when people ask me, like, what's the biggest culture shock or thing you struggle with American culture-wise, it is when people say, I should be allowed to speak my truth. I don't fucking care.
Oh, or
I don't care about your truth.
Someone says, I'm brutally honest, or I tell it like it is, and really it's just like rude.
I'm ordering an Uber.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
you can tell it like it is without being rude.
Right, I agree.
Yeah,
okay,
I still don't like you. And
also, I think this person already got pretty ratioed, so we can, no one, this is always the thing, but like no one go talk to this person.
Please don't go harass someone because of our critique of them being bad to someone.
Yeah.
Therefore I should be allowed to speak mine. wasn't cool. People spent real money on those tickets. They were expecting to see you. If I was in their shoes and I heard that you canceled simply because the pressure was too high, girl, you shouldn't be performing in those shows then. You're not ready, okay?
Lord.
But that's
Lord.
That's what Chapell Roan said.
Yeah.
He says, I'm not ready to do this, actually.
Yeah, it's so passive aggressive. I think that much is clear.
They weren't even a fan. They weren't even going to the show.
That's what's even crazier to me.
I know if I was crazy, I would feel this way.
So the thing about this is what upsets me is this is a classic people treating mental health struggles different than like physical health struggles. And mental health, it's like for example, like Childish Gambino had an injury and canceled his whole tour. And then he's like, or they're rescheduling a bunch of shows for like way out. And this happened to him twice. Like he broke his leg a while back and then like had to, schedule stuff.
He broke his legs to me?
And it's like, well, you could imagine a world where it's like, breaking your leg really before a performance, like maybe you're just not cut out for this.
Maybe don't leave the house before
like
you do
if you look
show.
at the caption of that other TikTok that we just looked at, I don't know if it's still open. I respect mental health struggles, clearly not. And it's clear you need 6 months away from performing. Okay.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. All right.
You got a prescription?
We
while you're
love you and take care of yourself, but then the backhanded part comes and come back to the stage when you're ready to do the job.
Would that be
That's
good for
so
you?
backhanded.
You want to do it when
and
you're
it's
ready?
like, oh, sorry, your bones don't work. Come back to work when you're ready to do the job, Mr. Gambino.
Maybe when the cast is off, you come do
And
the
it's
show.
it's like you just wouldn't say that if it was a physical injury. And it's like, why are we saying that it's like less valid when like someone like you don't know someone's mental health struggle? They might be on the fucking edge,
Dude, and she would be presenting exceptionally well, which is often how people that are struggling the most will
and it's
present.
just like not everything is pushed through it. Okay, I get that. You grow and you learn by challenging yourself and pushing against and doing things that are difficult, but there has to be space for when too much is too much. And it's not always just like you need to suck it up thing. You know what I mean?
The difference between an opinion and a principle is action. And it's very trendy to say you respect mental health.
While clearly not doing it.
Holding a principle means doing it.
Yeah,
it can't just be, oh yeah, actually, I'm not racist. But these niggas need to fucking get out of schools, okay? Maybe this feels a little bit like an age thing, or at least that I feel differently than I probably would have like 5 years ago. But I do feel different now about my wanting things and having to morally justify those. Mm-hmm. Like I also respect and appreciate the context of people's mental health, but I can be annoyed. I won't say anything.
Yeah, you can be annoyed. You're allowed to be annoyed. Just don't act like you being annoyed is virtuous.
Or like your annoyance like supersedes anything.
Yeah.
They got diagnosed with like a terminal. Is that when it's allowed? Terminal is when it's allowed?
Me saying I respect saving money. I really do while I'm buying more Magic cards, putting them in my cart.
But then also criticizing someone for their like someone who makes less money, criticizing them for like, well, why don't you just work harder? What are you doing?
Now the thing is, people do spend real money. They spend money on flights. They spend money on hotels. They make trips to go to these shows. And artist canceling impacts those people.
It sucks.
It sucks.
And they're excited.
But it's not like she's going, ha 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 ha. I can just cancel at a whim and I'll get away with it too because I'm famous and that's what I get to do.
I'm good.
Yeah, and no one can stop me. And then they're like, oh, we, the virtuous public, have to stop you from taking too many mental health days.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't work that way.
Chapell Roan is not where your criticism should land. It's the source of the mental health struggles they're having, which you probably agree with. You should probably think stalking's bad. If I cancel,
I know it sucks.
Yeah, that's why I posted about it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. It's not because my PR people say, "Oh, you should probably post something."
They'll love that.
They'll love that.
People will be really normal.
Okay.
It would literally probably be easier for them if they canceled and said nothing, because then you can, let's not naming names, but there's certain public creators in the YouTube sphere who have evaded criticism by literally just not saying anything in response. Being like, actually, I didn't.
Well, I think...
Would a guy that did that not say anything?
I've got... I have no idea what you're talking about, but I have a DJ set to go to. So
Job.
It also feels like people that post about it feel like their TikTok is going to be the one that convinces them to come back. There was a TikTok of someone complaining that they just booked and were going next week to a vacation in North Carolina, and they can't get a hold of like any of the hotel, or their flights are canceled and they're not getting any of that money back, and no one's telling them what's going on, and they're like going off about it, and they're like, I'm losing money because blah blah blah, and we're like, people are dead from the hurricane. And it's like, your TikTok is not going to change what's going on over there.
A gigantic natural disaster. It's like, I respect hurricanes, I really do, but you should respond to my hotel inquiry.
To it.
People are dying. It's a huge, natural disaster, a gigantic fucking crisis.
Now I'm pissed. Now I'm annoyed.
Oh, I'm so sorry about your hotel. Like, it's like, yeah, because there's a priority list. And people's lives and well-being is at the top, usually above discretionary entertainment spending.
They were like, oh, we can't get a hold of anyone to find out what's up and running. We don't want to go because we don't know if anything's going to be open and running.
Yeah, like, don't go.
I know.
Don't go.
Yeah,
I know whether to go.
Oh, yeah, I have an idea. It's not. None of it's running.
Yeah,
that's kind of the issue right now.
Same with those Hawaiian vacations that people were taking and being like, "There's rock slides everywhere." This is so annoying.
Oh my god, the our wedding vacation. Unfortunately, things were closed.
Great.
Oh, I wonder why.
Great, I have to get married in America.
Yeah,
that's not fair. Jacob.
The continental U.S. lame. I just feel like if we can be connectors to like at least somewhat, empathy to Chapell Roan's situation by virtue of like having a small, tiny little modicum of like experience with people who don't know you, like asking things of you.
Sure.
Maybe we could like share that, like our take on that.
With also an understanding that we can't relate to the full thing that they're doing, because also, I mean, we could become multi-millionaire recording artists for some reason, and we're
promise.
Fine, hang on.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Let me go get this.
I gotta schedule. Let me call the DJ.
Timberlake, what's up? What do you mean? The tour?
Wait, the world tour? No, it's ruined.
My tickets! But there's like, we still mask, dude. Like, we're cis mask dudes.
Yeah.
It's always going to be easier.
Yeah, it is true.
And
in terms of like random strangers, like
just threat
accosting
level,
you, threat level
is expected. I don't know.
Threat level midnight. What's that from?
Oh,
is that The Office?
Yes.
Is that Agent Michael Scarn?
Yes,
I think so. Wow.
Yes.
Millennial alert.
This guy's.
I watched it when it was airing the first time. I'm not one of these Netflix kids.
I'm one of the friends of mine.
I can remember when I watched The Office. It was Thursday nights on NBC.
Yeah. I actually watched it like way later, and I think I was playing 5-9.
Well, you have
Nights.
The British Office, which is actually based on the American counterpart.
You're kidding, really?
Yeah.
What the hell? Is that why Ricky Gervais is so unfunny?
Yeah, I was just saying it was that the American one was so good it killed the funny in Ricky Gervais.
Broke his brain.
It broke him, dude.
Speaking of people that like are too Twitter.
Oh my god, dude. Ricky Gervais, there's like a bunch of references whenever he's like at award shows, him being like, I made The Office, by the way.
Like, you ever, did you know?
He's like, did you know? Because what you love, I did that.
No, not
like,
the one you watched.
No, not the one you watched.
Jordan likes it.
Oh,
but
we have
like
shows that end. Anyway, God's not real. What else do I got?
Can I get another season? He literally made a movie like maybe 4 years ago that was David Brent again.
Oh.
He brought it back and he's like, at least our shows end and then they come back as a shitty movie. Who's the loser now?
6 seasons of the movie.
No, Ricky Gervais. I'm a comedian.
No, Community movie. Please let it happen.
Oh, that would be crazy.
It's supposed to.
Really? Still?
Yeah. And everyone's on, including Donald Glover.
Go ahead. Do it now.
You know what's funny? We'll be right back. And when we come back from this short break, we're going to have a special game created by the Intern. Hey, it's us.
Hi.
And we just want to let you know that the merch at sadboyz.llc or sadboyz.store is going away Sunday. October 20th will be the last day that our Sad Boyz merch will be available.
It's gone.
It'll be gone. You'll have to wait till the next drop, when who knows when that'll be. Hopefully there will be another drop, but
the people seem to be loving it and we loved doing it.
But anyway, there's shirts, There's a sweatshirt. There's a crew neck.
There are sweatpants that take up most of my time. I wear them
a lot.
Too much.
There's also a Patreon exclusive shirt that it runs dark. This is the Patreon exclusive shirt. It's dark. That's it.
Hello,
that's the guy. That one's available for our patrons. And also there's a promo code for like $5 off if you do get the Patreon merch, which subsidizes a month of your patronage. So, all right, back to the show. Welcome back to a very special and new segment/game.
Welcome back to a new segment.
Welcome back. I say welcome back because it's so familiar to you that you feel like you've been there before, but you haven't because it's brand new and the intern.
But we plagiarized the idea, so it's welcome back.
Sad Boyz Jeopardy dating app edition, which is notable because there's so many editions of Sad Boyz Jeopardy.
Many editions to come.
Many editions to come.
I know it is Jeopardy. I always think it's Jeopardy.
Oh yeah, Jeopardy.
What are they doing?
Which is the other name for GeoGuessr.
Jeopardy. That's when you're drunk.
So the intern and our crew have created a game for us based on we had people through social media submit horrible dating app messages that they've received. Yes. And it's been turned into a game. And we're going to be wrapping up this episode today by playing a round of it here. And then we'll play the rest on Sad Boyz Nightz. And we'll hopefully keep bringing it back.
And we'll also tell a story of you going to a singles party.
We'll also tell the story of me going to the singles party.
Maybe got a little luck. Maybe go peck on the cheek.
But first, we've got to talk about other singles in Sad Boyz Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Take it away, intern.
Amazing.
I still hate saying that, but
it's rough. Yeah.
You can.
Do you
say
want a
my
new
name if you'd like?
We can figure out something new.
No, don't feel like it.
What about like John Wick?
Hell yeah. We're calling it Jeopardy because it is formatted like Jeopardy, but really only the first two columns are like gamified.
Okay.
The rest of it.
Trebek always did that too.
Yeah.
He did.
He was like, I just want
Jeopardy.
you to read the rest of these. Actually.
I'll take American history for $200. He goes like, I didn't do that one yet.
Yeah, give me a second.
How big's
like,
America?
I wasn't there. Yeah. What comes next and real or fake are gamified. We also have unhinged profiles, instant block. Is that a compliment? And certified yapper.
We're gonna do a game round, and maybe we'll do future game rounds in the future. But I would love to look at some of these on Sad Boyz Nightz. Also, a quick apology. We're talking about Sad Boyz Nightz a lot today. It's mainly that I have to go.
So we're segmenting
and
things.
We have to segment some things so that I can go to all my appointments today. Wish me luck. I've got a gastroenterologist appointment. I've got some stuff going on inside my tummy that's not good.
Oh,
and so there's a little guy in there, and he's upset.
I hate you.
Yeah, he's not happy. So they're going to help. They're going to strangle him. I think.
They're going to take him out.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I have well, it's disgusting to describe, so I won't. But anyway, wish me luck on that.
So it's worthless because it'll already have gone. But
but it's still worth it for me because I'll feel it. I'll feel your energy.
My stomach will heal with the power of the prayer emoji in the comments.
There we go.
In the comments.
There are a few. I don't know if you're wanting to go through one of each.
I think maybe we go down one column.
Yeah, down one column.
Is the number like difficulty level or what?
No, not really. I just needed 4 columns or 4 rows. But what comes next will be like there will be text, and then I've blocked some of them out.
Oh,
and
we've got to guess. Oh, I'm in.
And I think that's the most fun.
I'll take what comes next for one, Alex.
If you guys want to read them out, act them out.
Yeah.
Should I be the creep?
All right. Yeah, you be the creep.
Who knows what funny thing they said before, but it begins with, LOL, I bet. Well, when are you usually free to hang out?
As if you've got a calendar that says like free to hang out time.
Yeah, Calendly link.
Yeah, you're just like waiting. Yeah. Well, normally most weekends, I'm really good at dating, by the way.
He's passing out.
Well, normally most weekends, nights, or days, weekend nights are hard because I got a puppy that needs entertainment. LOL.
Gotcha. I'm cool with weeknights and then soap and space.
Did they misspeak here?
I'm like good with weekend nights?
Because like normally most weekends, nights, or days.
I think they probably meant most weeknights or
That's
days.
what I thought.
But then they say And then they say weekend nights.
But I feel like they maybe meant weeknights are hard
But
because I got a
weekend
puppy.
days, they're okay to
Oh, okay. Sorry. No offense to anyone involved here.
Well, normally
yet.
weekend nights or days are good. Weekend nights and days, no good. I'm busy on that one.
My response would be, when are you free?
Yeah, is there follow
This
up?
feels
What?
like the lawyers.
Our next bonus podcast is called Sad Boyz Weekend Nights.
That's not good for me, unfortunately.
Weekend nights, I'm free during the weekend nights or days. I did get a new puppy. Do we guess now?
Yeah.
This is
Oh.
yours, yeah.
Oh, so wait. But I'm the blue one. So this is what I say.
No, so it's the creep followed up with something.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
they
remember.
just double texted.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, so yeah. I realize you can't really see the second bubble that well, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's
'cause-
like an outline around it. I see.
Oh, okay.
What's
Yeah,
that?
you can't, it's the monitor's fault. It's not your fault.
okay.
I now see the little space. Okay. Oh, and it starts out long. Haha, gotcha. I'm cool with weeknights. And then actually,
Ooh, something about the puppy?
they're like, actually, I lied. I'm not good with weeknights. I need you to tell me when you're fucking free. And I don't care about your damn dog.
Your mutt is not a concern.
I don't
for
care
me.
about. I'm trying to bone, dude.
I'm trying to get
not
up.
talking about a dog.
I'm trying to get your marrow, okay? I'm
Not trying to see you tomorrow.
Nights. Is it something about the dog? Because that's the only like specific in this whole dialogue. Because just times and
Or maybe
days.
they go into, haha, gotcha. I'm cool with weeknights. As for what we're planning to do, I have a specific recipe
Ooh.
of what makes the night good for me. I'll be expecting a foot rub followed by a kiss on my collarbone.
And of course, 6 p.m. is tickle time.
6 p.m. is tickle time. Though you could also do 6 a.m. because I'll work with nights or days.
You get nights, days. Midday works also afternoon, early or late afternoon.
Wait, I'm kind of like a puppy in that way. Oh, wait. Maybe
I
you guys-
need entertainment. The most entertaining thing of all is a hug. Is it?
All right.
That's way bigger. We weren't even close.
Dude, just gonna ask it. All right, I'll say it. like you, no one was asking for this.
Any chance you're intersex in public? That's like or else no date? Like what's the?
Like, cause it sounds now like a proposition. Any chance you're into sex in
Anyhow.
public? Hey, nice puppy, cool. Anyway, wanna fuck in the daytime?
You been to Central Park? Do you want to?
There were so many of these that I was in a university library while I was going through a lot of these, and I had to do it on my phone because I was like, if anyone glances over at my computer, this is going to be. But first of all, shout out to everyone that sent something in.
That's insane.
There were a couple that I had to get up and just like take a lap afterwards.
That is so, okay. Well, now I've set my expectations a little higher. I was maybe being too charitable because I was trying to almost like this. These are the clues that I'm going to iterate.
There's truly a non sequitur because
The entire conversation could be anything.
and I quote, they're like, yeah, I'm actually really a fan of Aristotle's early work.
Anyhow,
When it comes to philosophy, anyway. Just gonna ask it.
did I give you the?
Like, it's so funny. These are so close together that there's not a different time. They were like, haha, gotcha, I'm cool with weeknights. All right, fuck, I gotta let this one fly.
And paste.
Yeah.
It's the message
Yeah,
they
they've
sent.
sent 100 messages.
Oh, wow. You're really cute. It's right now.
Oh, and then there's a gap.
2 messages.
Mhm.
And the unfortunate recipient of these messages just says, what the fuck?
What I fear it is, I don't feel comfortable saying.
Sex outside?
Yeah, I'll just say it.
Actually, since you mentioned it,
Oh wow, you're
It's
really
right
cute.
now.
It's right now. And then
I almost
couldn't.
I don't want to rely too much on the initial messages because last time that didn't help us at all.
Yeah, they go. I've actually found a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. They go, "Whoa, you're too cute."
I found you on like Facebook or something and like cute family.
Oh yeah, I reverse image searched your photo. I've actually, and they said like the lat long. Oh, is this
geez.
you?
That has to. I mean,
I could also
a
give
photo
you,
of them. Can you send photos on?
There's a question and then a follow up.
A question
Just asking. I'm just going to ask it.
Permission to jerk it.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't wait for your response.
Jack off loading. What the?
Oh,
Big contrast.
that's like someone who just thinks that like
It is.
superficially, like getting deep is like the way to do it.
I'm an empath, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
mechanically.
Some people just don't want to get deep the way I can.
And I'm doing it. Oh, violently deep emotionals.
Okay, I'm glad this one didn't go where I feared it would. So I've got to recalibrate. I'm learning.
Oh, wow. You're really cute. It's right now. What's the most hurt you ever been? Emotionally, question mark.
This is like
Not physically.
I don't even. All of these is just too much. Like
It's too many messages.
It's too many messages. They've overwhelmed me. If I'm reading these, I don't know how to respond.
I hope it's the opening message. It just,
Oh
wow.
wow, you're really cute.
It's right now.
I also don't know what they were replying to with the "it's right now." This is all we got from
Yeah.
the screenshot.
They're
but
like, I'm studying for. I got a test. I'm about to go into a test for my class or something.
What if the above message is from the person who sent this in and it's, hey, can you say this? Because I'm sending it into a podcast.
there
We'll
were
never
a couple
believe
that
me.
we got that I was like, is this real?
This is bait.
Like, this
Yeah.
cannot be.
Yeah. By the way, don't send any fake stuff in.
Yeah, we'll know.
I'll
We'll
find
know.
you.
And we'll send back a photo of your childhood home.
You'll be the most hurt emotionally you've ever been.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3. Hello, gorgeous. Can I? Oh, it's the reply to the image. So this is hint, right? Hello, gorgeous. Can I interest you in a brunch day?
Also, coming in way too hot.
wild.
Hello, gorgeous is like, okay. All right.
That's crashing through the front
that
door of the
message
business.
and then also the emoji is like, okay, calm down.
Heart. Is it a heart? I've never really looked
You're
at it very
kissing and you're blowing. It's like blowing kisses.
Oh.
I think. Can I interest you in a brunch date? And then, okay, we'll have to see about that. you didn't have to respond.
Yeah. Maybe not with that message.
I mean, maybe this is like, I'll see where this goes.
Let's riff a little. And maybe they're very forward, but they're genuinely charming. We'll see about that. Say a little more.
Yeah.
Like,
Hello,
anyway,
gorgeous. Top of the Moro.
I'm
Can I
just-
interest you in my hat collection?
I'm just going to say it.
Yeah. What's there to contemplate when offered free food? Okay, horrible
Interesting.
message. And then I feel like this could go, that's the problem with this
Yes,
generation.
I was thinking women are always. This is
dude.
why women should go to college.
They don't want free food like they used to.
They never want to go outside for sex.
They don't want a brunch date. Okay.
Do you feel it's defensiveness? I feel like that's where they're going. It's like you're already questioning me. I bet you don't make any money.
Okay. Now I'm looking at this. Sunday, July 28th at 2 a.m. is the response. I'm like, is this like I'm like a little tipsy and I'm like, let me shoot off a few of these dating app messages.
Let me just shoot off for a second.
Okay, that's the message. He's like, all right,
Permission?
Wait, what did he say? He said, I'm just gonna wait. What did
I'm just gonna ask it. Is that it? Just gonna.
all right,
yeah.
I'll ask it.
I'll ask it. Since you bring it up.
They always have conversations with themselves, or it's something like passive aggressive, like, okay, never mind.
Forget it.
Guess I'll take my free food elsewhere.
I'll leave it in
loser.
the park. Yeah. Give
Are you
us
ready for the answer?
Yeah. Jesus. I keep thinking, okay, the first one's overly sexual. I guess overly sexual for the next one. Then
And that was just
that wasn't.
stranger.
That was just strange. And so I'm like, okay, let's back up. Let's not go overly sexual. And then, or are you not into BBC? That's insane.
Maybe British.
Also, yeah, are you not into British broadcasting?
What's the deal? You don't like English television? At least our season's end.
Yeah, okay.
You never watched Gervais's special from 2003, Fame?
Hey.
This one also has
No!
more context.
The follow-up.
They said, "Oh, are you for real?" Yeah, the realist. You're a Christian man. Oh, wait, we should choose a song.
I'll be the normal one, please.
Wait, stop doing this to me.
You're a Christian man looking for a life partner, asking if I'm into the British Broadcasting Company? Question mark?
Well, I prefer to know if the girl I'm taking out to brunch/dinner dates is attracted to me. That's insane. Like,
You never said dinner. You
Like,
said
what?
brunch.
why? Like that much?
Is attracted to me.
Yeah, I would assume so if they're spending time with you in
Or
this context on a hinge date.
And replied to you being like, hey, can I come over to your house?
And yes, I'm Christian, though I'm far from perfect, I do admit. Finding a life partner/marriage is my end goal of dating.
Permission? Finding a life. Oh, yeah. Well, best of luck out there. Ooh, roasted. But I matched with you because I was attracted to you.
Exactly.
Maybe making things sexual off the bat without any other conversation isn't the best way to go to achieve your goals.
Very good feedback.
10 out of 10.
You don't have to offer that to them. They just get ghosted, then they go, why do people ghost me?
Why
And
does
the
this
message
keep
is,
happening?
so you're not into BBC, I guess.
You want to do it outside?
Gotcha. Best of luck to you as well. And I appreciate your advice. I'll implement it next time.
Yeah, how do you act like that, but with self-reflection?
Yeah.
I thought not being self-aware is how you get here.
They literally they go, okay, so are you into big dick? Like for the next one, where it's like,
something's wrong.
well, last time I said BBC and they didn't like,
I don't get it.
and I was just talking about British broadcasting.
Yeah, I guess they're mad at me. Hey, do you like English television?
I don't like that the Sad Boyz branding is on these texts.
It looks like they're power text messages.
It's the funniest part about it to me because his last two messages seem so genuine. And I'm like, do you think he actually took
Gotcha.
that
Best of luck to
advice
you as
to
well.
heart? Like, do you think they're going to do that anymore?
I will say that is a classic sales back and forth. It's like, we're actually good on service. Please stop emailing me. Like, sure thing. Thank you so much for applying, and I wish you the best. Let's chat in Q4.
All right. What comes next for 4?
All right. How many messages?
2 messages.
Start the chat with Bruno.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
And then
It's kind of a funny opening, honestly.
already. Oh, I see what's happening. So this is from Jenna, and then like Bruno says to Jenna, and then Jenna responds because that's a very stupid way to start out the conversation.
And Jenna responds going, Bruno. And then a huge message. That's like a paragraph.
Okay, I'll ask it. That's always
that's
message
good.
number 1.
Since you bring it up,
I'll rip off the Band-Aid that we're all waiting for.
let me guess.
I matched because I think you're my perfect wife.
I'll cut straight to the point.
I'll cut straight to the point.
I like what I see.
Yeah. Or is it going to get sexual? Or is it going to be like, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Want something worse? What?
Oh, that's pretty funny, actually.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's funny.
You go ahead, deal the creep.
He said, chill, you're not on the first name basis yet. You got to work hard to get there for real.
Kind
That's funny.
of getting there, unless there's another page and his follow-up is, or I'll kill you. I'll shoot you with a gun.
Yeah, are there more messages or is this it?
That's it.
Okay. I don't know how to
God.
read you, intern. I don't know how to read this game, but this is funny.
You
I
play
thought
it.
this was kind of a power move.
Yeah, this is a power move.
This is some Jordan Belfort shit.
He really said Jenna activated Bruno's trap card.
It's like, where do you go from there, though? How do you
Where do you go?
Yeah, and you've set yourself up now to send 3 messages in a row.
Yeah, nah, just joshing. I'm Bruno.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
All right, we're going to keep playing this game over on our Patreon, patreon.com/sadboyz, where you can subscribe to Sad Boyz Nightz for as low as $5, using only, and we'll know, your your discretionary entertainment spending.
If it doesn't fit in your budget, I'll see you in court.
Then you better budget out of your subsubscriptions because
Sure,
you shouldn't be paying for it. But if you want to, then you're more than welcome. But thank you, faceless intern. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jordan, for joining us all here today. We're going to head over and do the Patreon podcast. I have to go do my hair because I have a hair appointment followed by a doctor appointment.
You got to get it ready to be did.
So I will be dripping wet.
That's the message.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just jump to the point.
I'm downright.
I'll say it.
I'm drenched.
I will be dripping. My hair will be wet because of the curling product that I'm using
All right.
before I have to go into the hair
You
place.
say so.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We end every episode of Sad Boyz with a particular phrase.
We love
We
you.
love you. And we're sorry. I forgot. I don't do it.
Boom.
Really hope that you did right.
Mama, I goo goo gaga. I need you in my life.
Come on.
Okay. So the thing is, if this is real, this person should be jailed.
Yeah. They're also Canadian or British because they put mama, not mama. Which
I'll say it. I think they're all real. I think this is real.
I think we've been played.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it.
Girl, too rich for me.